Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to answer software testing interview question 13, that is how to test desktop applications. Let me answer. First of all, we need to understand what exactly are these desktop applications. Desktop applications are also known as standalone applications. These applications we have to install in our computer machines having different operating systems like Windows, Mac, Linux. So we can install such kind of desktop applications or standalone applications using exe files. Okay, we have to download the software of the application in the form of exe file or in case of Windows, DMG file in case of Mac, okay, then dep files in case of Linux, and those files or application files we have to download and install. That is one way. In some cases, guys, these desktop applications, that is standalone applications, come by default with the operating system itself. For example, if you take an example like Paint software, okay, Paint software application, you don't have to separately download and install the Paint software in your machine, right? If you have Windows operating system, Paint software comes by default, guys. Okay, we don't have to install that using exe files or whatever it is. But other kind of applications, like for example, uh, Adobe Adobe Reader, okay, which that software can be used for reading the PDF files in your machine. That will not come by default in your machine. Okay, you have to explicitly go to the website of that particular Adobe and then download the Adobe Reader, and we have to install it and use it for reading the PDF files. Like many softwares we have to install, guys. Okay, which doesn't come by default. So desktop applications, that is standalone applications, can be installed or they come by default. Okay, so few examples of these desktop applications are Eclipse IDE. Okay, so this particular Eclipse IDE is an editor software which you can use for writing the code, creating the projects in Java projects and so on, guys. Okay, I'll show you. So this is an example of the Eclipse. Okay, which is a desktop application. I have to install the exe file. Using the exe file, I have installed this software in my Windows machine. Okay. So similarly, we have this Evernote. Okay, I generally use this Evernote for writing the notes, guys. Okay, this is also another software which I have to download using the download the exe file of this Evernote software from their official website and install and use it. Okay, so I can maintain all my notes here like that. And Paint I don't have to explicitly go and download and install in my machine. By default, Paint software comes by default, guys. Okay, I don't have to explicitly download and install. It comes by default with my operating system. Okay, whatever the Windows operating system I'm having. So with that, Paint came by default. I have not installed. So some application softwares will come by default. Okay, some desktop application softwares come by default with the operating system. Okay, now you understood what exactly are the desktop applications and some examples of the desktop applications. Now let me come to the point, like how to actually test such kind of desktop applications. In order to test the desktop applications, guys, the important thing is, for example, if you take this kind of software like Eclipse IDE and Evernote, okay, which doesn't come by default with the operating system, how to actually install them, right? So here I need to also check the installation process, guys. Okay, so whether I'm able to install it properly or not. Okay, a lot of times I have to try like different ways of installation. Some softwares, you know, right, they come with different options during the installation. That is okay, simple install, custom install, advanced installation options will be there. So some options will come like accept the agreement kind of options will come during the installation wizard, right? When you try to install a software, you may get an installation wizard which will ask you to select the agreements and all those stuff. Okay, so all these installation wizard options are working fine or not. Some softwares while installing, right, they'll tell you that okay, at this location the software is getting installed. Okay, so whether the same location that is displayed on the installation wizard is being used for installing the software or not, we have to check. Okay, after installing we have to go to that particular location in our machine and see whether any installation files got created at that location after installing the software. Like that, many installation checks we can do, guys. So next thing, guys, uninstallation testing. Okay, so it's not only about installation, guys. Okay, when you uninstall a software, you can go to the control panel, uninstall software, and you know, right, for example, if you want to uninstall, generally go to the control panel, uninstall a program, and you will try to uninstall a software from this. These are all desktop softwares, right? Desktop applications, that is standalone applications. So once you uninstall these softwares from your machine, are they properly uninstalled or not? That also matters, guys. Okay, installation matters, uninstallation also matters. So cleanly they are getting uninstalled or not. Okay. When you install, whatever that has to be installed is getting installed and we are able to use the application or not. We have to check. Not only that, guys, after checking the installation and uninstallation of this desktop applications, we have to also check the functionality. We have to perform functional testing of the software. Okay. Whether the installed software is working fine in our machine or not. Okay. We are able to use the functionality of the application that we actually do, right. As part of software testing, we actually test the functionality of the application or software. In case of desktop applications also, we have to test the functioning of the application. Fine. According to the requirements, it is there or not, and it is working or not. Whether the given functionalities are actually working when we select the options or not, we have to check as part of the functional testing. Now coming to the compatibility testing. Okay. In desktop application testing, guys, compatibility testing plays a major role, guys. Okay. It's very major role it will play because the desktop software has to be available. Okay. If a company wants to develop a desktop application software, it has to make sure that that particular desktop application software is available for different operating system, different versions of the operating system, different configurations of the operating system and prerequisite software. Okay, if anything is required, we have to take care. So compatibility testing plays a major role. Okay, so in fact, there are some software applications, guys, which have to work in different operating system languages also, like English operating system, English Windows, and Chinese Windows, Japanese Windows, Korean Windows, like that. Many language packs will be there. Okay, it's not just the operating system, guys. Operating system may contain language packs, service packs, update packs, different versions, Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 11, like the different operating system versions will be there. Again, if you go for different operating system, we have Windows, Mac, Linux. In Linux, we have different flavors like Ubuntu, Debian, okay, and many more. Okay, and many more are there in the Linux also. So, and also some configurations, guys. Okay, so before you install a software, it will ask you like, okay, for example, when you try to install Eclipse IDE without you install Java, right, it may not get installed. Okay, so Eclipse IDE to launch needs Java, guys. Okay, Java first need to be installed, then only Eclipse IDE will be launching on the top of the Java. Some prerequisite software is required, guys. Okay, and some cases some configurations, right, after you set some, for some particular softwares to be installed, you have to set some configurations in your machine. You have to change some system settings in your machine, then only you can install such kind of software. So this all comes into compatibility testing, guys. Okay, so whether our desktop application software is working on the all supported test environments is a big deal, guys. But you see, procuring such kind of different test environments is also a difficult task, right? So if you have to test a software application which works in different operating systems, like different operating systems and different versions of the operating system, like Windows 7, Windows 10, okay, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows 10, Windows 11, and so on. And also it works on Mac, older Mac operating system and latest of Mac operating systems, different type of Mac machines, and Linux flavors, different of, if it is working on so many operating systems, is it possible for us to purchase so many laptops having different operating systems? No, guys, it will be very costly affair, right? It is a costly affair, guys. We cannot go to such extent like purchasing for each and every operating system and for each and every operating system version, service pack, language pack, right? We cannot get that many number of laptop or something. We cannot create such kind of big lab. So to solve that problem, guys, generally when you are performing, when you are testing desktop applications, right, we generally use some kind of virtual and test environment creation softwares. Like there is one example software I'll show you guys, that is Virtualbox. Okay, Virtualbox is one of the software, guys. Okay, using this kind of Virtualbox software, a lot of things are possible, guys. I'll tell you what is possible using this Virtualbox. For example, we'll see some screenshots of the Virtualbox. You see, in your host operating system, in your host laptop having this Windows, let's say I have Windows 11 operating system, suddenly I need to test my software in the Linux Ubuntu operating system. Is it possible? In Windows 11, can I test Ubuntu? No, in Windows 11, only Windows 11 will be there. But how can I get Ubuntu in my Windows operating system? For that, guys, I'll first install the software like virtual softwares like virtual test environment creation softwares like Virtualbox. Okay, as shown in the screenshot, guys, I cannot show explicitly here, but as you can see in the screenshot here, you see this Virtualbox. With the help of this software, right, we can launch multiple environments in a single machine. Okay, so host operating system is Windows 11. On the top of the Windows 11, you can install this Virtualbox software, and using the Virtualbox software, you can launch multiple test environments. That means from Windows, I can, you see, in the Windows machine, I can get Linux, guys. Okay, Linux in the opened in the Virtualbox software, we can open this Linux Ubuntu operating. This is a Linux Ubuntu operating system. Okay, I don't need a separate PC for getting this Linux. I just simply install this Virtualbox. After installing the Virtualbox, guys, then in that I'll set up this Linux Ubuntu operating system, and then can start using that in one of the virtual machines. Okay, so I can create the virtual machines in my original machines, and in that virtual machines I can run the Ubuntu. Fine. So, and there are other softwares also. Okay, virtual machine is also another type of software, guys. Okay, so this also can be used. Okay, this also can be used. Virtual machine also can be. Virtual machine is another software, guys. Okay, which is similar to what you can say Virtualbox. Okay, if you can see in this image, guys, you see as shown in this image. Let me see. As shown in this image, guys, as shown in this image, on the host machine, they have the Windows 10 operating system, and you see they are launching another virtual environment here. You see they are launching another virtual environment here, right? So in that another Windows 10 is available. So like we can open a test environment in the form of a window, guys. Okay, that's what is possible with the virtual softwares, virtual test environment creation softwares like Virtualbox or virtual. Okay, Virtualbox or virtual and machines, all those stuff. Okay. So what else is there? Any images are there so that I can show you more? You see here, here Ubuntu is running here. Windows 8 is running on this. Windows 10 Pro is. You see, in a single machine, how many operating systems you can launch? Like just like launching a window, we can launch the operating systems in our machines. In this Windows 11, I can launch this Ubuntu. I can launch this Windows 10 Pro, Windows 10 Professional, and so on, guys. Okay, this is all possible with the help of the virtual environments. So when you are performing desktop application testing, we don't purchase those many number of required laptops having different operating systems and versions that are supporting our application for testing, right? So we just use this kind of software and launch the required operating systems on the fly, and then once completed, right, we'll delete the environments and all those stuff. Okay, we'll maintain or delete the environments. Because, and not only that, guys, it's not only about why we use the virtual environments is not only about right, it's not just about having the having have to test in different operating systems and version. It's not only about that requirement. The requirement for the virtual environments is even bigger, because you see every time you have to install. What happens when you install? The environment will get corrupted a bit, right? Once you install a software, once you uninstall, you are not clear whether the software has been properly uninstalled or not, right? Next time you install, there may be some problem with installation, right? So that's another problem, guys. Okay, with installation, some files will come. With uninstallation, some files will go. If there is a problem with installation and uninstallation of this particular software you are testing, it's kind of very not so easy, right? Whether we are testing in a proper environment or not, we don't know. Okay, which time which files got installed in our machine, we don't know, right? So that's the reason, guys. If you use a virtual environment, there is something known as states management. Okay, I'll show you virtual uh, virtual box states. Okay, virtual box states, like that I'll say. Virtual box, there is something like snapshots, guys. Okay, you can save the state of the operating system, guys. Okay, let's say before you install any software, you can save one state, and after that you install a software, the software that you want to test. Okay, after installing that software, guys, let's say you want to uninstall, you uninstalled it, but again if you want to install, you are not sure whether the environment is kind of neat and clean or not, because already you installed and made it corrupt, right? So you can go to the previous snapshot where you have saved the state where software is not actually installed. You just move to the state so that it will be again clean. Again you can start installing with full confidence. So we can even restore, guys. Okay, we can move from one state to another state. For example, sometimes we have to test on Windows 10 Service Pack 1. After that, on the top of that, you have to install some updates and again test it. So let's say before you install the updates on the Windows 10, you take a snapshot of that state where Windows 10 is only there without updates being installed. After that, Then you install the updates and take a snapshot. Take another snapshot, that is saving the state of the operating system when updates are installed. Now you can move between the states. Suppose at sometimes we have to install the software on a Windows 10 which is not updated, or sometimes we have to test the software on the Windows 10 which is actually updated. Like that kind of situations will come in real time, guys, where we have to move between the different states of the software. Every time we cannot keep on installing the software operating system, right? That will take a lot of time. So simply saving the state, that kind of saving the states is possible with the help of this virtual environment softwares like Virtualbox, virtual machines. They provide the options, guys. Okay, they provide the options to save the states of the operating system and all those stuff. Okay, let me show you one example, guys. Okay, I already have this VirtualBox in my machine. Let me search for VirtualBox. I already installed this software, guys, earlier. Okay, it's already installed in my machine. It is a open source and free, guys. You can actually install it. You can download the exe file by going to the official website of this VirtualBox and download and install, guys. Simple steps. After that you will get this software. Just open this. You see, I already created a virtual machine here. Okay, this Ubuntu is also open source and free, guys. You can try this sample operating system. Okay, Ubuntu is free. You can go to the official website of Ubuntu and download the, like, right, ISO file for the Ubuntu that you have to pass here while installing. Now let me start this, guys. Let me start this Ubuntu operating system in my machine. So this is a virtual environment, guys. Okay, that I'm going to launch the virtual environment in Windows 11. I'm launching the Ubuntu. Okay. So in a while it will be launching, guys. It will take some time to launch. You see, this is a Ubuntu, like this is a one window where Ubuntu is launching. Okay, in this window, the Ubuntu operating system is launching. I don't have to purchase a separate laptop or machine to test any application software on Ubuntu. Okay, it will take a while to launch and all. Okay, this Ubuntu will take some time to launch, guys. Okay, you see, Ubuntu is launching like this. So here, guys, if I go to this machine and you see there is an option like take snapshot. Okay, because I was talking about snapshots, right? So any other thing, view, what is there? Virtual screen, input, view, file. You see, if I say, okay, let's wait, guys. Okay, let's say if I say snapshot, guys, you see it's asking me to take a snapshot and all. Okay, I have to give some name and I can save the current state of the software. Okay, operating system. This environment state I can save. That's what is possible with the help of the text snapshot, guys. Okay, and I can switch between the states and all those stuff. Okay, let it take some time, guys. Okay, by the time I'll be explaining you other topics. You see, Ubuntu is launching here. You see, Ubuntu has launched, and I can take the snapshot. Okay, so I'll show you how to take the snapshot. Now I'll say when you see my desktop is clean, I'm taking a snapshot, guys. Machine take snapshot. I'll say clean desktop. I'll say. So I'm taking a snapshot of this current state. You see, it's saving the machine state. So next time, after saving the state of this, if I install any software and if something goes wrong, what I can do is I can move back to this clean state, guys. Okay, where I have not installed the software, I can come back to this state. It's taking some time to save the snapshot and all. You see, 3 by 4 is there, 9, 6, 7. It's almost done. Like that, I can take the snapshots, guys, and later when I want to move to the other states, we can move, guys. Okay. What else is settings? This settings is different, guys. Okay. File. Then sit on view. Okay. So view. You see there is an option like snapshots. Okay. When I click on the snapshots option, you see there is a current state, that is a clean desktop, whatever the snapshot. Earlier I took one more snapshot here. I can move between these snapshots, guys. Okay. So for now, guys, let's do one thing. I'll just create a new folder here. I'll just name this as Arun. So I just create that folder. Let's see whether the folder is, you see folder is created here. I'll create a snapshot. I'll take another snapshot here. I'll say Arun folder snapshot. Okay. I'm taking the snapshot of this machine when Arun folder is already, after creating the folder, I'm taking a snapshot. Okay. Now, guys, if I want to move to the previous state when the Arun folder is not created, let's assume that this is the software I have installed. I want to go to a state when this particular software or this folder is not created. For that, I can click on machine. How to go to the previous snapshot, guys? How to go to the previous snapshot? For that, guys, simply click on this, select snapshots. You see, Arun folder is there. I want to go back to this snapshot. So I am currently at the Arun folder. I want to go to the clean snapshot and how to do that? How to do that actually? So this is delete and all those stuff. Okay, there will be some options to move, guys. Actually, so session information. I'll stop this, guys. I'll stop first. First of all, if I have to move to the previous state, let me stop the software. So let me shut down. Where is the shutdown option? Or else I'll just simply click on this. Okay, power of the machine directly. You see, after powering of the machine, currently I'm at the Arun folder. I want to go to the clean desktop where I have not created any folder or something. So there is an option coming now. After I power off, I'm getting a restore option. When I select this snapshot, I'll click on this. Restore, I will say. Okay, what is that? Restore, I am saying. I'll simply say restore. That's it. So I got restored to the clean desktop, guys. I just need to start it so that this time when I start, right, I will be at the clean desktop. I'll not have the Arun folder created there. Again, when I want Arun folder, I can even move to the Arun folder because there also I took a snapshot for Arun folder. Okay, I can move between the snapshots, guys. Okay, this is what I am talking about. So this test environments plays a major role in desktop application testing. You see, there is no folder here. Again, if I want to power it off, and now after powering it off, if I want to move to the Arun folder location, I can say restore it, and start this. You see, this time you will be taken directly to the snapshot on my machine where Arun folder is actually created. Okay, let's see. So in a while it will be, you see, Arun folder. Arun folder is available. You see, it's restoring in very fast, in a fast way it is restoring, guys. Okay. You see, Arun folder is there. Like that, I can move between the snapshots, guys. Okay, that's possible with the help of this kind of virtual softwares. Okay, which manage our virtual test environments. Virtualbox, virtual machine are different softwares we have in the market. Okay, for this purpose. So they come to use when you are performing compatibility testing, and especially in desktop application testing, guys. This kind of environments are really required because every time we cannot install the software, right? You see, freshly installing the software is not possible. Freshly cleaning is not possible. Your operating system becomes corrupt over a period of time. Okay, when you keep on installing the software. So it's better to have a clean state before installing the software. We'll restore to the previous state when no software is installed. Again install it, again restore, again install it. Like that we do the testing, guys. Okay, fine. Not only this compatibility testing, this is the major point, guys. That's why I explained a lot about compatibility testing in this area. Now, apart from doing the functional testing, functional compatibility testing, installation and installation testing of these desktop applications, we also check the performance of the application, guys. Okay, as usual, any application we generally check the performance, right? If the application is taking too much time to load, okay, if you want, when you are trying to when you are using the application, if the application functionality is appearing on the screen with a lot of delay, then how can you use the application, guys? Okay, especially desktop applications will consume a lot of resources on your machine. Okay, so in that cases performance matters, guys. Okay, performance matters. So some software, if you see in real life also, if you install very big software, sometimes the laptop itself becomes very slow, right? So performance of the application matters, and we have to make sure the application that the computer machine where we are installing this application has the required configurations or not. Everything matters, guys. Okay, so we do performance testing to see whether the speed of the application is good or not, and it's also important while performing the desktop application testing. We have to make sure how much resources are being consumed, how much RAM is consumed by the software, how much CPU is consumed by the software, how much space, disk space the software is taking, is occupying when after you install the software. All these things matter, guys. Okay, how much resources consumes also we test. Then automation testing. Okay, automation testing. We also have to automate this desktop application. We can automate the desktop applications, but Selenium cannot help here. Okay, though Selenium is popular in the market, it can only automate the web applications. The applications which run on the browsers can automate, but the applications that can be installed in your operating system machines like Windows, Mac, and Linux cannot be automated with the help of Selenium. We have to go with other automation tools in the market like UFT Test Complete, Vinium, etc. Vinium is an open source, and UFT Test Complete are the paid ones in the market for automation testing. Okay, so if you don't want to pay any license and you don't want to pay any money, and still want to automate the desktop applications, you can go with the open source tools like Vinium, okay, for automating such kind of desktop applications. So sometimes we need to automate most of the times we have to automate, guys, okay, desktop applications too. Then other type of testings are also will be performed: regression testing, sanity testing, smoke testing, accessibility testing, all are common, guys, okay. Whatever we do this kind of testings in all the types of application, not only desktop but web applications, mobile applications, everywhere we do different types of testing. Here also different type of testings are possible, but the main thing is compatibility, guys. Installation, uninstallation, and compatibility differs from other types of testings, right? Other type of application. And compatibility is a major challenge in desktop application testing, because lot of environments we have to set up and test. That will consume lot of time, guys, okay. Taking care of the test environments is it's not like as simple as installing a browser and using that, okay. Not as simple as installing a browser and using that. Here we have to prepare a test environment, do the configurations before you install the software. That will take a lot of time, guys, okay. Half of the day will go for the test environments and half of the day you perform testing. So much difficult it is, right? So this part is very important in desktop application testing. That's why I'm stressing out a lot here in this area. So hope, guys, you understood how to test desktop applications, right? So with this, guys, I am done answering this question, and in the next session I'm going to answer another interview question for you. Till then, bye.